affordable housing is a great step towards ensuring a higher quality of life for its citizens for any country. HDFC Limited, one of the leading housing finance companies in India, has turned the dream of owning a home into a reality for millions of Indians. It's my privilege to invite Mr. Deepak Parekh, Chairman of HDFC Limited, to talk about how technology adoption in the real estate industry is imperative for a sustainable growth. Mr. Parekh, receiver of one of the highest civilian awards, the Padma Bhushan in 2006, is an icon in the Indian banking industry and has always provided direction to leaders and policymakers with his wise counsel. Mr. Parekh, welcome.
Honorable Shri Hardeep Singh Puri, thank you for your insightful address. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this PropTech Summit. It has been over a year now since the world has been living with the pandemic. Each time I speak at a virtual summit, I do hope the next time it will be one where we can meet in person. This may still be a while away, and one has to accept this new reality. Yet, what is important is that dialogue and engagement has continued. It is summits like these which help nurture new ideas, connect people together, and enable free and frank discussions and debates. In my 44 years of working in the housing sector, I have to say that the strong demand that one has seen for housing in the recent period has certainly surprised on the upside. Growth in home loans have been aided by low interest rates, softer or stable property prices, and continued fiscal benefits on home loans. Technology has enabled developers to virtually showcase their properties, and home loan providers too have leveraged their digital platforms to continue to serve new and existing customers. Due credit must go to the government for its dedicated focus on its ambitious Housing for All program. Under the Prime Minister's Awas Yojana, as at 31st March 2021, an estimated 11.3 million homes have been sanctioned under this scheme. This has been a game changer for the housing sector, as the ultimate objective is building a more inclusive and property owning democracy. One cannot talk about sustainability if the benefits accrue to only a small privileged segment of society. Sustainability and inclusion are closely linked. So when one looks at what the government has done in terms of housing, it has ensured that its schemes and policies are designed to provide housing solutions for all income groups, be it the economically weaker sections, the low income groups, the middle income groups, and high income groups. So where is the demand for housing coming from? It remains a combination of first-time home buyers, customers moving up the property ladder by shifting to larger homes, or acquiring a second home in another location. And with the work from home option, the proximity to one's workplace is perhaps less compelling. So there are wider options in terms of locations when buying a home. I firmly believe that the demand for housing is not pent up. It is structural demand, and that is here to stay. Let me turn to the broader global economy. After the massive contraction in global GDP due to the outbreak of the pandemic in 2020, countries across the world are getting back into recovery mode. There has been a massive increase in liquidity by all major central banks. Part of this large liquidity has resulted in rising global stock markets. governments across the world are conscious that they have to safeguard against any build-up of asset bubbles. That is why governments in several countries are focusing on increasing investments in real assets. Building infrastructure is one way to ensure a sustained recovery without spiraling inflation. Building infrastructure also creates a massive number of jobs and has multiplier effects on the economy. United Kingdom has launched its Build Back Better program, focusing on infrastructure, skills and innovation. United States has just unveiled a 2.3 trillion package to rebuild infrastructure such as transportation networks, broadband connectivity, clean water, green energy and R&D for climate change. This is being touted as a once-in-a-generation innovative investment plan. So clearly, construction and real estate development is going to play a key role in all major global economies. And now, more than ever before, the role of technology and innovation becomes extremely important. India has been at the forefront of not only adopting technology, but it has a large talent pool as far as IT and entrepreneurship is concerned. Today there is so much talk about fintech, health tech, edutech, regtech, but property technology or PropTech is still in its infancy. The construction industry is one of the least digitized sectors in the world. It is estimated that the real estate sector spends less than 1.5% of its revenue on tech. So the key question to ask is, how will digital infrastructure help the real estate sector? To my mind, capitalizing on technology for the real estate sector will improve governance. One would tend to agree that availability of real-time data on real estate is hardly ever available. For instance, progress of projects can be monitored through digital dashboards, with data driving key decisions. Funding for projects based on achieving construction milestones can be better monitored online. This will bring in much needed transparency and accountability and improve cost efficiencies also in this sector. New age technologies being developed such as drones, 3D printing, robotics, augmented and virtual reality all have immense applications across real estate business platforms. PropTech companies can play a big role in accelerating the government's smart city mission, as well as help local level bodies and municipalities in terms of facilitating online approvals of building permits. For the developers, PropTech can help in better vendor supply management chains and bring in price efficiencies. India has the third largest startup base in the world, followed by US and UK. We in India are well on the cusp of interesting change, with more than 40 unicorns and new ones being added at a rapid pace. The key message is that there is no dearth of funding for startups which have good business plans. At HDFC, we believe that technology will play a significant role in the development of a sustainable and efficient real estate ecosystem. Through HDFC Capital, we have launched the HDFC Affordable Real Estate and Technology Program called the HEART Program, which is an initiative aimed at creating efficiencies and lowering costs in each segment of the developmental cycle for a real estate project. The HEART program seeks to mentor, partner, and invest in PropTech companies, Though still at an early stage, the HEART program has a portfolio of PropTech companies focusing on water conservation, online construction, material procurement, and supplier financing. We will continue to explore PropTech investment opportunities that have close synergies with affordable housing. Urbanization is an irreversible trend. By 2050, more than two-thirds of the world will be living in the cities. There already is a lot of digital innovation happening to create more sustainable urban areas. The next phase of innovation after green energy and e-mobility is going to be innovations in decarbonizing building materials. Sustainability has become a part of our DNA in all our sphere of activities. We need all the ideas of our youth to imagine and create a better future. There is an interesting quote which is, and I quote, "History is made by young people. They just get credit for it when they are much older." This will certainly change. The future will revolve around tech. The resilient and adapters will thrive, and innovators and creative minds will make their mark in building a greener and safer planet. I'm sure the younger generation will be center stage leading this transformation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parekh, for such an insightful session on how real estate industry can adopt technology and move towards a more sustainable